Hi everyone, welcome to your practice and welcome to this short traveling practice. Now, whether you're actually traveling or you're simply traveling through life right now, this is just a short kind of routine that I reach for often when I am traveling and either my time or my space or my situation doesn't allow me to move physically through an entire practice, but sometimes also even when I'm at home traveling through life, just a series of movements that I have found over the course of time really help me to reset my energy in a simple way. So, of course, one of the goals of this community is to help you establish a daily practice. So, it also just might be something you reach for a while to get yourself back in the rhythm of a daily practice. If you've got essential oils handy, it's always nice to incorporate them even into these short practices, especially into these short practices. So I've got my breathe on hand, always nice to facilitate the opening of the lungs before you start moving and breathing. Just make sure that you've got some space to move and we'll begin. Great. So if you do have your essential oil, go ahead, and a couple of ways that you can do this. If you don't have an essential oil on hand, just take a few deep breaths here, sitting in your normal everyday life person position. But if you've got your oil, maybe one or two drops in the hands, perhaps taking a really nice big deep breath to connect with the energy of the oils, and then of course anywhere else on your body, just making sure that you're not too close to the eyes, even on the bottoms of the feet, or maybe just leaving it on your hands. And then go ahead and make your way down to your back. As you roll onto the back or recline onto the side to move onto the back, keep the knees bent and the feet flat to the floor. Hands can rest over the low belly here. Feel free to separate the feet nice and wide and let the knees fall in toward one another if that feels comfortable for the hips in constructive rest. And maybe a gentle sigh to allow the body to recognize that this is a moment just to be with yourself, to be in the moment. And with your eyes closed, begin to connect with the breath. If you enjoy setting intentions for your practice, this can be a nice time to set an intention. And then see if you can make that intention into an affirmation, so something that's already real. And staying still connected to the breath as you feel that affirmation in the mind and the heart. Just imagine what quality that would bring to your movement through life. And see if you can work with an intention in this way today. Moving through your practice with the quality of energy that the affirmation brings. Take one or two more big deep breaths, and just noticing the sensation of the breath. And then on your next inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Keep the feet nice and wide, or go ahead and separate them toward the edges of the mat now if you didn't before, and just start to windshield wiper the knees right and left. Take a rhythm that suits your body in this moment. Really just taking time here too, even as we're doing, to receive the real-time messages of your body, your mind, so that as you step away from this short practice, perhaps you're more authentic in your movements and decisions. And here, as you start to feel the fronts of the hips and the low back soften and become receptive, finding a rhythm like a dance, right and left and right and left. Great, and come on back to the center. Hug both knees into the chest gently, one hand to each leg. A little rock right to left here, just to make sure that lower back is nice and long. Come to the center, inhale with the spine long, and as you exhale, lift the forehead toward the knees, squeeze the knees toward the forehead. Inhale, relax everything, lengthen the spine. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull in. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull in. Great. Inhale, lengthen. Lift your left arm up overhead. Place the feet down to the floor and roll onto the left side of the body. Place your right hand in front of you and just swim your way up to any comfortable seat. Sukhasana, easy pose. Place the hands to the knees. Feel the hips really settling underneath you, and then lift the top of the head and the tips of the ears toward the heavens. Take another nice deep breath in here, maybe once again connecting to the intention, affirmation, quality, feeling it flutter through you in no particular way. And then stretch your wings out to either side. Touch the right fingertips down and sweep the left arm up and over. Inhale and exhale here. As you inhale, come through the center, and as you exhale, up and over to the other side. Inhale through the center, so dancing with the breath. Exhale, up and over. Inhale through the center. And exhale, up and over. One more time each side. Inhale, up and over. Try to keep the hips nice and steady, grounded. Exhale, extending through the left side of the rib cage. Inhale through the center. Exhale, extending through the right side of the rib cage. Stay here. Drop the right hand to your left knee. Turn your belly toward your left thigh and then curl the forehead toward the back of your right hand. It may or may not touch, not so important, but see if you can continue sitting down with your right hip. Wherever you are, have a nice big deep breath in and out, of course. Good. Inhale, reach the right arm high to the sky. Exhale, circle it back behind you. As you inhale, sweep the left arm forward, lift the hips, and arm goes just a little bit back behind you. Exhale, have a gentle seat, hands to the knees, spine nice and long. A big deep breath in. And a sweet, gentle breath out. And spread your wings again, touch the left fingertips down and sweep the right arm up and over. Inhale and exhale here. Inhale through the center and exhale up and over. Inhale through the center. If you're feeling more space, land that hand to the ground farther away from you. Exhaling to side fold. Inhale. Exhale, up and over. One more time each side. Inhale. Exhale. Great. Inhale. Exhale. Once again, pause here. Spin the belly toward the right thigh, left hand to right knee, and curl the forehead toward the back of that left hand. It may or may not touch, and you might see that one side of the body is really different in this position than the other. Just keep the breath and enjoy what you find. Good. On an inhale, reach the left arm straight up overhead and circle it back behind your left hip. Inhale, sweep the right arm across the front, lift the hips, push into that left hand to sweep the right arm up and back. And then have a gentle sit down, hands to the knees, spine light and long. And tuck the chin to the chest, bow the head forward, curling through the spine. And like a tortoise coming out of its shell, lift the head forward and rise on back up, creating a wave with the spine. Drop the chin, curl through the back, forehead reaching toward the mat, and then lift the eyes forward and up to gently wave you up. A few more times, exhaling to curl and dive. Inhaling to wave on up. Exhale to curl and dive. Inhale as you rise and fill twice more. Exhale. Inhale, the body matching the wave of the breath. Exhale, curling and diving. Inhale, gliding and lifting. Beautiful. Unwind your legs to place your feet flat to the floor. Press your palms forward and slide them straight back behind you, about a paw print behind your hips. On an inhale, press into the feet and the hands. Lift the body, a modified Purvottanasana here. And as you exhale, without lowering the hips, straighten the leg and see if you can swing your hips right between your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen, open the front of the body. Exhale, glide back. Do your best to press into the hands and keep the hips lifted. Inhale, glide forward and up twice more. Exhale, glide back. A great time to just keep trying. Find the how. Inhale, lift, open. Exhale, glide, float, be really light with the body. Great. Let the hips fall to the ground. Cross the legs in front of you and crawl your way forward to your hands and your knees. Wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Inhale, cow, a nice familiar place here. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow, soften the belly, heart melts through the upper arms. Exhale, cat, really press into the fingertips of the hands. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Imagine the spine still very much like a wave. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Beautiful. Making that a little bit bigger. Come to a neutral spine. Step the hands one paw print in front of where they are. Inhale, cow, but bend the elbows close to the rib cage. Glide the hips all the way forward and down. Keep the elbows bent as you let the chest rise. Exhale, glide all the way back toward child's pose, extending through the arms and letting the ears float between the arms. Inhale, cow-ish, glide all the way forward, lift the chest, maybe reach back through the legs. Exhale, child's pose, rounding through the spine, reaching through the arms. Inhale, glide forward. Exhale, glide back. One last time. Inhale, glide forward. Exhale, glide back. Great. Come on back to a central place. Tuck the toes behind you, downward facing dog. Push down and forward with the hands. Keep the knees really bent here. As you keep the arms straight and strong, lofting the tailbone up behind you. Take a walk here, lowering one heel and then the other. And as you start to feel the body moving as one integrated piece, if you set an intention, an affirmation, just returning gently in the direction of that, checking in with the quality with which you're choosing to move through life right now. And then come on back to the center, a more traditional downward facing dog, maybe lengthening the legs, inviting the heels toward the mat, but ears stay between the upper arms, pressing into the index fingers and thumbs, and imagining a gentle breeze that just makes the spine longer and longer. Keep the feet where they are, soften the knees again, and walk your hands backward to your feet. Ragdoll position, let the weight of the body really move completely to the feet, keeping the fingertips, the hands on the mat, or grabbing for opposite elbows here. Rock the weight toward the balls of the feet, just gently, but keep the toes relaxed. And really let the head and neck hang and fall. Wherever it is that you might be connecting with this little practice, maybe imagining a waterfall here, just gently washing over you down across the spine and washing away any dust that you don't need to carry any further. Touch the fingertips down to the mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway. The knees might stay bent here, fingertips to the mat, or maybe even up on the shins. Exhale, dive and fold. Relax the head and neck twice more like that. Inhale, lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Relax the head and the neck and the jaw. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, take that length as you fold at the hips. Keep the legs steady and the spine just falling and tumbling toward the mat. Good. Inhale, lift halfway once again. Bend the left knee, keep the left hand, and reach the right arm high to the sky. Pause here for a breath or two. Relax the tips of the toes and relax the tips of the right hand fingers. On an exhale, come on back down. Keep the right hand, bend the right knee, and lift the left arm high. Once again, pause here for an extra breath or two, and soften the feet. Reach through the left fingertips, but keep them soft. Exhale, touch down, and now moving with the breath. Inhale, bend the left knee and lift the right arm. Exhale, touch down. And inhale, bend the right knee, lift the left arm. Exhale, touch down. And inhale, bend the left knee, reach the right arm high. Exhale, touch down, relax the head. Inhale, bend the right knee, lift the left arm. Exhale, touch down. Beautiful. Inhale, lift halfway. Keep the spine as long as you can. Step the hands to the shins. A little cat and cow here. Inhale, lengthen the tailbone behind you as you offer your heart forward. Exhale, stay at this level as you round through the back of the body. Inhale, sort of like cow. Exhale, sort of like cat. And once more, inhale, sort of like cow. Exhale, sort of like cat. Good. Inhale, lengthen, step the hands up to the thighs. Pause here. It's sort of like a supported chair pose, a supported Utkatasana. And once again, cat and cow. Inhale, offer the heart and the belly forward as you reach your tailbone back. Exhale, stay at this level as you round the back of the body. Inhale, offer the front of the body forward, reach the tailbone back. Exhale, round and curl, chin tucks toward the chest. Inhale, a little bit forward. Exhale, rounding through the back. Beautiful. Inhale, neutral spine. Hands just come to the hips. Press down into the feet to rise on up to stand. Relax the arms by the sides of the body. Soften the bottoms of the feet. Drink in a nice big deep breath here. And as you exhale, just relax. Bring the hands back to the hips, soften the knees once again. Lead with your heart as you fold forward to ragdoll. The feet are still hip width distance apart. Touch the fingertips down to the mat. Walk the hands forward to downward facing dog once again. And pause here for a few breaths as you cultivate your version of the pose for today. Feeling the spine lengthening. Maybe the heels are dropping, maybe they're not. Is the quality of your affirmation still with your efforts? And one more nice big deep breath here. As you exhale, lower the knees down to the mat. Bidalasana, child's pose, big toes together, knees nice and wide. Sit the hips back and extend the arms forward. The forehead might rest to the mat. It might be working its way there. Have a few big, deep breaths here in this quiet, intimate space. And if you want to add a little silent mantra to the rhythm of your breath as you inhale, I, and as you exhale, am. Inhale, I. Exhale, am. And continue like this or silently a few rounds of breath more. On your next inhale, look between the hands and just step them a little bit closer to you to lift the upper body. Lift your right hand and thread it underneath the left, a little twisting child's pose here. See if you can relax the right shoulder and the right ear or the side of the head down to the mat. The left fingertips and palm can just help facilitate the twist, the stability. Or if you feel comfortable, maybe sweeping that arm, the left arm up and around the low back. And a few big deep breaths into the back of the right shoulder. Great. If the left arm is lifted, just find your kickstand again and unwind that right arm. And pause here just to make sure the body is even. When you're ready, lift the left hand, slide it under the right, and lower the left shoulder, the side of the head to the mat. Again, right hand can stay, or sweep up and across the low back. And you know it, if you go somewhere and the breath stops, the choice is to suffer or to just make a different choice. No destination in our practice. Just exploration and discovery. And one more big deep breath here. And then unwind the right arm, find your kickstand if it was wound. Bring the left hand to join it. Rock forward one more time onto the hands and knees, and just like we did in the beginning, all the way forward to a soft entry to your Bhujangasana, your cobra pose. Elbows are bending softly next to the rib cage, next to the hips. Palms are pressing steadily down into the mat. As a last offering here, you might bend your knees and bring your big toes to reach for the back of the head. The back of the head reaching for the toes. Be imagining that one day they will touch. And then extending the legs back behind you. Come on back to the hands and the knees and just find a comfortable seat again. Sukhasana, crossing the legs. Hands to the knees, hips nice and steady, spine light and tall. Close the eyes as you return to your breath. And here to close the practice, just see if you can begin to even out the breath a little bit, making the inhale and exhale a bit more even in length and volume. And in doing that, softening the edges so that there's no beginning and no end to the breath. As its steadiness and fullness carries you into the rest of your day. If you did set an intention for your practice, a nice time to recollect it now. And if it comes again in the form of something you intend to do, just gently make it an affirmation. See what quality of energy that affirmation brings to your body, your heart, your mind. It may have changed slightly just with a little bit of breathing and movement. So let it be exactly what it is and just feel it pulse and flutter through you one last time here. And bring the palms together in Anjali Mudra in front of the chest, a gesture of gratitude, of closure, of centralizing, of returning. And as you feel the warmth of your palms against one another, perhaps just one more time the silent mantra, inhaling I, exhaling am. Stay with that as long as you wish if you have the time. But otherwise, just one more big deep breath in and out. Namaste.